Let's be honest. You felt good when that offer letter came in, didn't you? $85,000 a year on paper. You're crushing it. You're statistically successful. But let's rewind the tape. 5 years ago, you were grinding it out for $45K. You were driving a beat-up Civic with a check engine light that you ignored for 6 months. Your apartment was the size of a shoebox, and you remember exactly what you told yourself every night? If I could just hit $70K, I'd finally be able to breathe. Fast forward to today, you got the promotion. You worked the late nights, you played the corporate game perfectly, and look at you now. You upgraded the apartment. You leased the SUV because it felt safer. Your meal prep turned into $20 Uber Eats orders because you're too busy to cook. And yet, here is the brutal truth. You are just as broke as you were 5 years ago. You check your Wells Fargo app with the exact same anxiety. The only difference? Your stress now has a higher price tag. You didn't escape the trap, you just decorated it. And the scariest part, you're already lying to yourself about the next number. If I just hit 6 figures, then I'll be fine. Spoiler alert. No, you won't. If you're tired of earning more, but keeping less, stop scrolling. We need to talk about why your brain is chemically wired to keep you poor, no matter how many raises you get. First off, put down the pitchfork. I'm not here to tell you to stop drinking lattes or that you're ungrateful. And you're not stupid. You're actually doing exactly what human biology programmed you to do. You are running on an invisible machine called the hedonic treadmill. It's a psychological mechanism that ensures no matter how big the upgrade is, the BMW, the corner office, the zip code, your brain will not run it within 90 days, roughly 3 months. That's it. That's the shelf life of your happiness. Once that new car smell fades, your basically dopamine dries up and you start looking for the next fix. You aren't building wealth. You're just running in place at a more expensive gym. Here's the source code of your misery. It's a concept that explains why your joy has a shelf life. It's called hedonic adaptation. Think of it as your brain's emotional thermostat. In the 1970s, researchers Brickman and Campbell dropped a nuclear bomb on the psychology world. They compared 2 groups of people who couldn't be more different: lottery winners and accident victims who were paralyzed. The results were devastatingly simple and counterintuitive. The lottery winners, massive spike in happiness. Obviously, the accident victims, massive drop, but fast forward just 1 year. Both groups have returned to a surprisingly similar baseline level. Think about the absurdity of that. People who won life-changing money ended up enjoying simple pleasures less than people who never won a dime. This isn't a poverty problem. This is a brain problem. Your brain is designed to survive, not to stay impressed. It is running a program that effectively deletes your appreciation for what you have so that you stay hungry for what you don't have. Now, let's talk about the number in your head right now. You're thinking, okay, but if I made $150K, this wouldn't apply to me. Wrong. You've probably heard of the famous Princeton study claiming happiness plateaus at $75,000. Critics love to say, that's old data, inflation. Fine, let's adjust for 2024 inflation, call it $105,000. Even with the newer Wharton data, showing happiness can rise past that, here's the catch nobody mentions. Diminishing marginal utility. This is the economic law that ruins your life. Going from making $40K to $80K is life-changing. You go from survival mode to safety, but going from $150K to $300K. The data shows the emotional return collapses. You double the stress, you double the hours. You take on the VI-Pay title. You answer emails at 11 p.m. And what do you get? A 5% bump in daily mood that you won't even notice because you're too busy medicating your burnout with expensive vacations you can't fully enjoy. The entire financial advice industrial complex is built to hide this from you. They need you on that treadmill. Because if you ever realized the finish line was an illusion, you'd stop buying the shoes to run the race. Let's stop with the theory. Let's audit a real-world scenario. No abstract psychology, just cold, hard cash. Let's say you're 30, you are making $60,000. After taxes in a standard state, you're clearing maybe $3,900 a month. Your rent, beat-up car, and basic groceries cost you $2,400. You have $1,500 of fun money. Things are tight, but you have cash flow. Then you get the big break, promotion, $80,000. Your take-home jumps to $5,200. You feel rich? You feel like you made it so. What do? You don't buy a yacht? You do what every responsible professional does. You move out of that drafty apartment into a luxury complex with a gym you'll never use, rent plus $600. You trade the clunker for a reliable crossover because you need the reliability for work. Car payment plus $250. You stop bringing leftovers and start hitting Sweet Green or Chipotle for lunch because your time is valuable. Food plus $300. You upgrade your wardrobe, get the better gym membership, and add 3 streaming services. Suddenly, your essential expenses aren't $2,400 anymore. They are $3,800. Do the math? Your discretionary income, the money that actually buys freedom, dropped from $1,500 to $1,400. You got a $20,000 raise, and you are technically poorer than you were as a junior associate. This is lighty inflation. It's not an accident. It's a trap you built for yourself, brick by reasonable brick. You might be thinking, hey man, give me a break. Rent is insane. Eggs are $8. This is the economy's fault, not mine. Nice try. But the data says you're lying to yourself. According to a 2023 report from Bank of America and Lending Club, over 60% of Americans earning over $100,000 are living paycheck to paycheck. Read that again. These aren't entry-level grants. These are people in the top 20% of household incomes. They are earning 6 figures, yet they are one missed direct deposit away from panic. And before you scream, but I live in New York, East San Francisco, the data controls for that. Even in low-cost areas, high earners are broke. This proves one thing. You can't out-earn a spending problem. You are not a victim of the economy. You are a victim of your own lifestyle's appetite. Now, I need you to listen closely, because this is where we separate the wealthy from the merely high income. I am not here to tell you to live like a monk. I'm not going to give you the "stop buying avocado toast" speech, because that's lazy advice. You work hard. You deserve nice things. The problem isn't that you spend money. The problem is that your spending is unconscious. It's what I call the subscription model of Lekna. When you buy a luxury experience, say a $5,000 trip to Italy, that's intentional. You plan for it. You savor it. You remember it. But lifestyle creep doesn't happen in $5,000 chunks. It happens in the invisible margins. It's the extra $400 on the car lease, the $200 in forgotten streaming services, the convenience fees, the upbros you clicked yes on because you were too tired to care. By the end of the year, you spent that same $5,000, but you have zero memories to show for it. Just a lot of clutter and a slightly nicer car seat. Science backs this up. A 2014 study by Van Boven and Gilovich proved that experiences provide a higher ROI on happiness than material goods. Why? Because experiences become part of your identity. You are your travels. You are the skills you learned. You are not your couch plus. Material goods suffer from social comparison. You love your new Tesla until your neighbor pulls up in the Plaid edition. Suddenly, yours looks like a piece of junk. Experiences are immune to that. Nobody can devalue your memory of a sunset in Kyoto. But here is the darker psychological trap. There is a specific glitch in the corporate brain called the arrival fallacy. This is the dangerous illusion that happiness is a destination. You tell yourself, once I pay off the house, once I hit $250K, once I make partney, then I will be happy. I have spoken to guys who spent 20 years grinding for a number. They sacrificed their health, their marriages, and their 30s to hit a net worth of $2 million. And you know what happened the day they hit it? Nothing. The confetti didn't fall, the clouds didn't part. They woke up the next Tuesday, checked the account, and felt empty. Because the dopamine hit comes from the pursuit of the goal, not the capture. If you are postponing your life until you arrive, you are setting yourself up for a midlife crisis that no sports car can fix. You are trading your actual life, the journey, a destination that, emotionally speaking, doesn't exist. The treadmill doesn't have a finish line. That's the design. And the only way to win a game that is rigged against you is to stop playing by their rules. So, how do we actually step off without going broke? How do you build wealth without being miserable? Okay, enough therapy. Let's talk strategy. You can't just willpower your way off the treadmill. Your brain is too good at adapting. You need a system that overrides your default settings. Here is the 3-step protocol to hack your own psychology. Step 1. Implement the 50% rule immediately. This is your lady anchor. The mistake everyone makes is waiting until the money hits the account to decide what to do with it. By then it's too late. The doma has already spent it. Make a contract with yourself right now. For every future raise, bonus, or side hustle, check, 50% does not exist to you. It goes straight into investment. The other 50%? Blow it. Upgrade the car. Get the nice wine. This does 2 things. You get to enjoy your success today, but you stop the lifestyle creep from eating your future alive. You satisfy the urge to upgrade without sabotaging your freedom. Step 2. The Stoic Reset. This sounds dark, but stay with me. The reason you're bored with your $80,000 car is because you've forgotten what it's like to walk. Once a week, practice negative visualization. Take 10 minutes to vividly imagine losing everything. The job is gone, the house is foreclosed. You're back in that studio apartment eating ramen. Feel the panic then. Open your eyes. You will look at your boring life with a sudden rush of relief and gratitude. You don't need more things to feel rich, you just need to reset your baseline to appreciate what you already have. Step 3. Stop buying stuff, start buying time. This is where high earners get it completely backward. They trade their time to earn money, then use that money to buy objects. That is a terrible trade. A 2017 study proved that spending money to save time creates significantly more happiness than buying material goods. Stop mowing your own lawn if you hate it. Hire the cleaner. Pay for the direct flight. If you earn $50 an hour and you spend 3 hours on Saturday doing a task you could outsource for $40 total, you aren't being frugal, you are losing money. Use your income to buy back your Saturday. That is the only luxury that actually feels like freedom. Look, the hedonic treadmill isn't evil. It's actually a survival mechanism. It kept our ancestors moving in a world of scarcity, but you aren't living in a cave anymore. You are running ancient software in a world designed to exploit it. Every ad, every LinkedIn post, and every success story you see is engineered to trigger that glitch in your brain that says you are not enough. They want you running. They want you hungry, because a satisfied person doesn't spend money. You are broken for feeling this way, but now that you see the code, you have a choice. You can keep running toward a finish line that doesn't exist, or you can decide that enough is a number you define, not a feeling you chase. Step off the treadmill. The view is much better from here. If this video woke you up, do 2 things. Smash that like button so the algorithm shows this to more people who need it. And in the comments tell me, what is the one upgrade you bought that you thought would make you happy but didn't? I'll see you in the next one.